Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Desk. Amy's a little giggly today, which is awesome. We've had an amazing time here. And today we're going to be talking about our first 5 days here in Medellin and in Sabaneta.
And in Envigado. How are you?
Good.
Do you sleep good?
Slept amazing.
Same.
Absolutely amazing. So today's Sunday, which is the day of the rest.
It is the day of rest. It is such a different, this turns into a completely different place on Sundays.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this? You just want to run through some topics? You want to run through day by day?
Yeah, well, just some topics we're going to talk about first. And the first one is transportation. There are 4 different types of transportation that you can get. Well, actually 5, but we're not counting buses. I will not get on a bus.
Or motorcycles.
Or a motorcycle. Oh my God, the motorcycles here are unbelievable. I think we talked about that in our last one. Unbelievable. They do not follow traffic laws at all.
We have experienced several. Our first one was private driver from the airport, and then we also have done Uber. We've also done taxi, yellow cab.
Yellow taxis.
By default. We'll get to that in a second. And what else? That's it, right?
That's it.
Foot. By foot.
Oh, and foot, but also there's the metro. They have a really incredible metro system here. We haven't taken that yet. There's a possibility that we might be taking that tomorrow when we meet some friends for dinner. Maybe not. Don't know yet. Depends on traffic and
Probably not.
It's very, very clean and probably the best way to get around here. Super cheap. Probably like 50 cents USD one way.
It just requires, like any metro system, patience, and you have to learn the schedule and know where you're going and which transfers.
Right.
So for us to learn all that just to go out may not be worth it to us, although having the experience, maybe also. So we'll figure that out.
We'll see.
I am not in any hurry to try the metro system, but it's a good experience to have. Yeah.
We've taken mostly Ubers here. I have to tell you, be very careful with Ubers and taxis, which is why we had a private driver pick us up from the airport, and then Jorge will also be taking us back to the airport. And we did a private tour with him this past Thursday. Wow. JJMDetour, JJMDETOUR.com. Check them out. 5-star ratings. They do protection detail as well for a lot of
they call them personalities, but like celebrity level.
Celebrity level folks. We found super affordable for what you get. Air conditioned Toyota.
They only do trucks, so they don't do cars. So they make sure there's plenty of room for all your people, all of
SUV.
your luggage. There's a big Toyota Tundra or something like that, whatever the SUV version of that is. Just a phenomenal vehicle.
They do tours all over. They go to Guatapé. They could take you all over down to Medellin. He did. He took us all over. Highly, highly recommend him. Worth every penny. I think it was $85 USD for a 3-hour tour. And for us specifically, we were looking for like properties and in like different neighborhoods and areas. And he did such an exceptional job. And speaking of that, he took us to through Sabaneta, through the hills a little bit. Again, I'm going to tell you guys, it is almost straight up. So we are not interested any longer in living at the top.
We were out to dinner and there were cars spinning their tires because they couldn't get up. That's how steep it was.
It's really, really steep. The curves, it's
beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Stunning. The views, oh my God.
But without having either a private driver, a private car, or knowing the roads so that you can take the not straight down way to get to places, probably towards the foothills would be better. Just a little
into the hills, not very far, still kind of walkable. But he also took us into Envigado, which my favorite place to live is. He also took us Provenza. Oh, Provenza. I never would have thought in a million years that it would have looked like it did. It's like they took super modern and just put it in on the side of a hill or a mountain. Super green, lush. I can't even explain it. And
even from afar, everything you look at it still seems hidden, like a hidden gem that's unknown. So you kind of, it's undescribable. And it is just a phenomenal area.
Medellin.
It is. So
where all the restaurants are.
So as you look at the map, Sabaneta is going to be the furthest south, and what you want to do is stay south of Medellin.
So he also took us through El Centro, which was beautiful. He took us to this Japanese garden where people go and you take your shoes off, so it's a reflexology kind of place. I can't even describe it. Water, there's sand, there's a bamboo rock garden. It was beautiful.
So this place was by the utility company, which is
near there, yeah.
Unlike anything we have in the States. Like our utility companies are just warehouses. This place is an entire city within its area. And you go there and it's just this, you got this sand pit, you've got things that you can, if you remember the Karate Kid, they're standing on the poles doing the crane technique, and it's like that where you can stand on things and do different exercises and yogas and poses on top of these pillars. And the idea is it's a place, it's a sanctuary to like ground yourself and get away from the grind and the hustle and work, and then get back to, and so you take your shoes off and you're in the sand and you're in these warmed bath waters.
Purified water, I was told. Ooh.
Just, your mic's gonna go off for a second, but just absolutely amazing. Just such an amazing experience, but also to see that there are places and people that care about those things and then provide them.
Yeah.
And you go just on the other side of that in the same area, and it's just this area for getting lunch. So all of the workers there have a place to go relax, chill, have a lunch break, eat some food, whatever it is they want to do.
It was really, really cool. And then he took us into Laureles. I now know why Laureles is ranked, I don't know, super high, like first or second. It won a huge award for being like one of the best places to live. It is beautiful. It's flat, it's walkable. So Medellin is ranked number 2 for the happiest people in the world, happiest place in the world. I believe it.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe the city of Eternal Springs, unlike anything, I'm getting chills just talking about it. I feel alive here. Like the people, it's incredible. It's extraordinary. And then he also took us through Belén. Belén is a super cool up and coming place as well. Laureles and Belén, you will find more of your traditional Colombian families there. So it was really cool to see. And speaking of Sabaneta and going up the mountain to the place, the restaurant, highly recommend. There's 2 of them up there. One is owned by they're owned by the same people, but the one that you hear so much about are the hands, where you can actually go stand on the hand on the side of the mountain and have your picture taken or whatever. We chose the other one. Jorge made a call to the manager there, I think it was, or somebody, whoever he knew.
One of the workers.
One of the workers.
They reserved the table for us.
Best table in the whole place.
Right in the corner. Like it was just, we were surrounded by view. It was completely surrounded by view.
Stunning. All of Medellin below you.
And we were there before sunset and then stayed after, so we got the entire experience as, you know, the light went out and all the city started to light up.
Had a DJ. It got a lot more lively after we left.
That's when 6.
We got there at 6.
Yeah.
A few minutes before 6. And then about 6:30 was only about 20 or 30 minutes after we got there that the sun started to set. So the timing, I think, is kind of important if you want to experience that.
Yeah. So
our Uber ride was $2.50. Going to the restaurant that we went to, I have a very difficult time pronouncing this. Sucursal, S-U-C-U-R-S-A-L, Mirador, and that's in Sabaneta. A1, like it was amazing. Drinks, we had an appetizer. This cheese appetizer dish, wow.
And it was, when you think about what it consisted of, it was a simple dish, but just explosive in flavor.
Yeah, cheese is very big here. Like it's really,
everywhere.
I've never had so much cheese in my life as I have here. But it had this, I don't know what kind of fruit it was, dried or dehydrated fruit it looked like. I thought I ordered one thing, but I think it got lost in translation, so I got something else, which was divine. So good. I actually couldn't wait to eat it the next morning. And
You
I
were
had it for
going,
breakfast.
yeah, you were going for a fish meal.
I was going
And you
for a
ended
fish
up
meal.
with
Meat.
beef.
Yeah, beef. So,
and I got a steak, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, we had a really good time. Big Boy Food. We ate there last night, met some really cool people. Fantastic, but heads up, Chad and I should have shared one meal.
Huge portions.
Ginormous.
Even today, we still have,
So much
it could have fed 6 people.
Easily.
From what we ordered.
Yeah, it was
for 2.
For 2 people, yeah.
Although, the price of it was still, one person's worth of,
yeah.
It was still very affordable.
Yeah, it was really good. So that was in Sabaneta. We spent most of yesterday in Envigado. We ate at the Black Pepper, and we also went and had some gelato at Antonio's Gelato. Highly recommended. Just so you know, it's you need to go get a piece of paper. You tell the lady at the front there what you want, and then you take that little, it's a Post-it, like a really easy system. She hand writes it, and you go around to the side and you hand that piece of paper that lets them know that you paid for it. Super, super amazing. It wasn't real sweet.
It's a nice treat,
but it was a really nice treat. It was refreshing after we had some cheese and bacon loaded fries at the Black Pepper. So we didn't really eat a whole lot yesterday for lunch.
Didn't really need it.
Didn't really need it or want it. Then we took a walk up to the park in Envigado. We prefer Parque Sabaneta. There's something
strongly, yeah,
cozy and I don't know, it's just very special.
So Envigado's park, which is just their main park, which is in front of their church, to me it just felt like it felt not, cozy is one of the words you used, but it didn't seem like it was too much to the main street to where it was like, it felt almost like a parking lot.
It did.
Everything was cement.
White.
It was just very, modern. But
super cool.
Where the Sabaneta one is, trees everywhere, and you're on cobblestones, and you're on, in dirt paths, and it felt like you were in this small little sanctuary almost next to this church, rather than this, cement block.
It was open. So Sabaneta is open. There is one place where we went to for the gelato and to Black Pepper in Envigado. Awesome. Super posh little place where a bunch of restaurants are. It was amazing. But Envigado, they don't really have, I don't know. It's just a different feel.
Different, yeah.
But to live, we personally would either do a little up in the hills in Sabaneta or definitely Envigado to live. But
yeah, if you think of the hills, the mountain, and then like the flat end, like right in the foothills, just like right there. And because it pulls you away from like the busyness and the hustling of the downtown area and the dogs barking, but it also still keeps you close enough that you're part of the life, that you could walk into a downtown area or to a church, or stop and get gelato. Where if you're too far up, you have to drive everywhere.
You have to drive.
And if you're too far into it, yes, you can walk everywhere, but now you have the chaos and the noise. So like that nice in between, which back home would be like the suburbs.
Sure.
Right? You're not out in the middle of nowhere. You're not in the downtown area. You're in this like nice little middle ground. And there's high rises in all 3 sections. So you don't have to buy or rent a standalone house. You can still be in a high rise, a nice place, an apartment, in any one of those areas. So whichever one, for us, that in-between area where we have the quiet, where we can still be involved, I think is really our sweet spot.
Sabaneta's very close to Envigado. Sabaneta to me is much more lively and personable. We were at dinner last night, literally tiny little table on the corner of the street at Big Boy, and these 2 older ladies, 70s maybe, early 70s, came walking right up to us and was asking about the fish that we were eating. It was really cool.
And you're explaining that it was, like a beer battered, that it was deep fried, we were talking about the portions, how big they were. Just
friendly.
Community, yeah. Like
very community based, I would say. Yeah, that's a good
phenomenal.
word.
And you see people driving by, and you know, everybody knows people. Like it's just it's fantastic. It's really, really cool. Sabaneta, I think for me, downsides in Sabaneta from our experience is that where we are, it is just chaos. Doesn't mean that we've explored 99% of it. Like we've only explored such a small little part of it, but there's so much more to see and experience and live. But where we are right now, we're right on the main strip, which gives us access to everything, but it's also loud and chaos, and because it's up and coming, construction nonstop. Where if you're a little bit further back, it's going to be a little bit quieter, but there's also construction happening there.
And I think we're still on the one of the quieter streets here in Sabaneta. There's a dog that is barking constantly. We feel so. Do you hear that? Constantly barking. From, I don't know, it's what wakes me up every morning, and the construction.
Yeah.
But we feel for this dog, but there are dogs everywhere here. People take them to restaurants. Everywhere. The folks we met last night, he had a little Pomeranian, sweet, beautiful little white puffball, sat in a seat at the table, like just right at the table like a person would. I don't know if you want to do that or not, but for us to be able to take Sadie to eat at a restaurant is awesome. She's not left at home, you know,
yeah, dogs are part of the family.
She is a part of our family.
Yeah.
So dogs are awesome here. I see little barrettes, little hair things in their dog. The dog's
various bedazzle. I saw a dog that had a bling on its forehead.
Yeah.
Just a little gemstone right on their third eye.
Which leads me into the next topic, which are the malls here. So 2 malls we've experienced, Viva Envigado, which is my favorite, and then there's Mallorca Mall in Sabaneta. We went to both, but one had, and I don't remember which one it was, had an actual dog place, and it was huge. Viva Envigado. And I thought, my God, we could bring Sadie here. It had agility stuff, huge fenced-in areas. Other dogs could go in there and play them. It's just incredible. But we could take her all through the mall, into restaurants. It was spectacular. So loved Viva Envigado. And it also has like a movie theater there, and amazing. Just really
You spend
great.
the whole afternoon there.
Well, and people do. That's something that they do on the weekends here is going to the mall. So it's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely different malls, different areas, same purpose, different experiences. And I did enjoy both of the malls. One of them was definitely, you know, your third level and your high end and it's bigger. The other one, you would cross over the street to a second section. So it's like 2 sections. And so you had one part here, and then you cross over and you go to the other part. Huge food courts, tons of food. So yeah, the malls, it's an experience. It's an all-day experience. And I loved it. I loved being able to see what it's like to just go out there and just what a typical day looks like.
And we're not mall people either, are we?
No, I did get a little frustrated with the shopping at one point, because it's like in, look out, in, look out. In,
Which I don't like to really shop either.
We're the type of people, we know what we want, we go and get it, but because we don't know where to go, we have to do like the exploring part of it. So
he was very patient with me, because
I did wonderful.
For the ladies out there, don't wear jeans here. Don't bring jeans. It's too warm. Yeah, you need dresses, long skirts if that's something that you want. I guess you can wear shorts. We don't wear shorts here.
All right, so here's what I've observed. About half the female population wears jeans with different colors, and the other half wears dresses, skirts, and leggings. And for men, 95% wear pants, mostly jeans, but there are the occasional guys who wear shorts. So I personally,
not many,
until I can actually, except for on Sunday, everybody wears shorts on Sunday, until I can fully communicate and have the confidence behind being here, being part of it, I'm not going to put myself in the position of wearing shorts. Because if I create a situation unnecessarily and I can't have a conversation or prove that I'm worthy of, or whatever it is, I don't want to put myself in that situation necessarily. Right. But you can wear literally whatever you want, because there were women in shorts, short skirts, long skirts, dresses, pants, but I did see at least half were wearing pants, jean pants.
And they can handle the heat, though. I am not somebody that, you know, so
I
love dresses.
So I wouldn't necessarily advise don't do jeans. Bring your pants, but no, it's going to be hot.
I'm just telling you.
Err on the side of skirts and dresses.
Yeah, and women wear very comfortable sneakers, typically, with those skirts and those dresses. I'm having a real problem with my thing today. It doesn't want to stay in. Okay, great. So wear comfortable shoes because there is a lot of walking here. Super happy to say that Sabaneta is very walkable, which is great.
What else we got on there?
So the other thing we have is real estate, and it's the last thing we're going to really talk about today. If you are going to move here like part-time, get some help. Find somebody to help you so that you know what you're getting into and you know how to look, where to look, because it could be muy difícil, which is very difficult if you do, especially if you don't know the language well enough. So we have found an amazing person, Jorge. He has just been incredibly great, understanding the neighborhoods and where to go, where to look. But also 1 to 2 months you're going to be here, just do Airbnb, right? Safe, it's already set up for you, good to go. If you're going to be doing longer than that.
And vetted.
And vetted, true. So that's why I say get some help, people who know how to help you, because there's tons of scams here. Just because you're a gringo or foreigner, you could be charged more than you know what you would if you weren't. So just be really, really careful. Find somebody here. I don't think Jorge does real estate or anything.
No, he's absolutely connected though. He can get us connected to trusted people.
It's concierge. That's the word I want to say. He's more concierge.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just get the help that you need, because it can benefit you greatly financially to not have to pay those Airbnb prices.
Our other friend, Manuela, she's doing Airbnb, and her stay was what, 4 months? 4 months?
4 months.
Yeah, so she went all the way to 4 months with an Airbnb, which if you don't want to deal with stuff and you can afford the additional whatever markup Airbnb does, which can be as much as 30%, hey, do that, because there's nothing you have to worry about at that point. But if you are looking to stay longer term and reap the benefits of the more affordable living that's here, you can do some due diligence and research and connect with people like George locally here that can get you in touch with the right people, and save yourself some money by doing it yourself.
Yeah, because if you're going to buy property here, they really don't do a lot of mortgages. But in El Centro, and I apologize, I'll find the name and give it to Chad so he can put it in the description for you. But it's an event that they have maybe more than once a year. I actually just saw this morning, where it's a construction event, big, huge expo, and you can go in and you can actually like put a deposit down, but see the blueprints. Now these are going to be new apartments being built, and so a lot of times they'll let you put a portion of money down before it's even being built, and then that gives you time to go back to the States or wherever you're from, do what you need to do before you want to come down. This is if you want to purchase property. Yeah. Otherwise, cash is really king here. We found it really is.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to just say is, if you go to an éxito, which is a supermercado, it is much more expensive than going to a local tienda or a local mercado here. Way different. We bought 4 rolls of decent toilet paper and a huge roll of 1 roll of paper towels for $4. I don't even know what that would cost at the éxito. The oranges that I got, Chad looked at the little thing this morning, and it said it was from California. That's not what we wanted, you know.
Yeah, apples were imported from France.
Apples are imported here.
So we didn't actually get fruit that was local fruit either.
But the local tiendas and the local mercados do, and there is a beautiful, which I want to go tomorrow, if you're willing, to Sabaneta's, more like a farmer's market, if you will. And that is probably where you want to shop more fresh. So lesson learned there.
Yeah, but it's a good experience.
Yeah, it was.
And it has all the stuff. It would be chalked up to like a Target, because you can get your clothes, you can get your grilling stuff, you can get your food, you can get your frozen stuff. Maybe not frozen, but your refrigerated stuff. Everything was in one place. place.
Right.
But because of that, convenience, you also have that additional charge for it as well.
Yeah. And if you get a property down here, you're going to need to buy a bed and a couch and all the stuffs, right? So our recommendation is that you buy local because the people that make the stuff here, like your handmade furniture and things, wow. Beautiful. It's just beautiful, and it's handmade. So there's a lot of love and passion that goes that good energy going into that piece of furniture. They are, though, bringing in an IKEA in Envigado. So we're hoping that doesn't take away from the local businesses here. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
That's everything on the list? Yeah,
so we're gonna go off and maybe try an empanada today, or just go enjoy for a little bit of time. We have a lot of work to do this afternoon, so we're gonna go try to enjoy a little bit of this Colombian weekend.
Yeah.
Fin de semana. Yeah. End of week. That's what it stands for.
Great.
So until next time, you guys, have an extraordinary, totally did not say that right.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah. So that's it for us, folks. So have an extraordinary week. Adios.